Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Really good. I see you're playing Candy Crush again.
I am.
So, what level are you on?
2098.
You might have a problem. If Heidi's not paying attention today, it's because she's hooked on this game again. Hey, we do have a guest coming up later in the program, a doctor, actually two doctors. They're here to talk to Heidi about her addiction to Candy Crush. No, that's not what it is. We are going to talk about sweets, though. It's a new product called SpoonfulOne. And it's like a way to, I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's a way to kind of cut sugar. I don't know. Dr. Swanson and Dr. Dombkowski are going to be on the program later in the program. We're going to talk about that. I got a quote for today. It says, "No elevator to success, and you have to take the stairs." Anonymous. There is no elevator. I said it all wrong.
Yeah, I think
there is no.
I don't think.
Let me try that all again. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. I think that's what they meant. I was so busy looking at your Candy Crush screen, I got all flustered.
Right? Isn't it fun?
It is. A lot of bright colors over there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free discreet shipping.
Call 800-296-1289 or learn more at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, November the 6th. It is Color the World Orange Day. Shouldn't they have done that like closer to Halloween?
I love orange.
Because everything's
it's one of my
orange
favorite
that day.
colors.
That is, you know what? That's an underrated color, by the way. I think that orange is a color a lot of people look good in orange. Have you ever noticed that? Like people that wear like an orange-colored outfit. It's a good color.
I've never paid much attention, but
Yeah,
I do
it's a
love
good
orange.
color.
It is one of my
It's
favorites.
a good day to wear orange because it's Color the World Orange Day today. It's also Fill Your Stapler Day. So with what? Staples, hopefully.
Staples.
How about Jell-O or pudding? That'd be kind of fun. And it's National Nachos Day. So get out there and celebrate the right way. Have some nachos.
Yum.
Yummy. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Boy. IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the Tax Doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guarantee. You may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe.
See if you qualify. 800-649-0142. Learn more at radiosavings.com. We've got your brain on drugs coming up in a bit, but first, a study by the University of Stanford, Connecticut found that people who smoke marijuana every day have 20% more sexual relations. So,
Really?
yeah, you got that going for you if you're into that. I think that's just an average, though.
That can't possibly be accurate.
I don't know. I don't know the correlation. Well, they did a study, and according to the study, that was accurate. So that's what they're doing at Stanford. Maybe because they're talking to people at a college campus, and those people
everybody
were more
on a
promiscuous.
college campus
No, not everybody.
has way more than
20% more
person.
according to this. So anyway, coming up, we got your brain on drugs. We'll get to that before you know it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. Mako Rosaldo Jr., age 21, ended up with a prison sentence, all because he stole $1 and a houseplant that he thought was marijuana. This was his huge crime spree, a series of break-ins. He broke into a bar in Allentown, Pennsylvania, was confronted by the manager, then he pointed a gun at him and made off with their keepsake dollar hanging on the wall. So they had like our first dollar in business,
Right.
that thing. That's what he stole. Next, he broke into somebody's home and stole a houseplant that kind of looked like marijuana, but it wasn't. It was just a houseplant. Officer said he threatened a woman with his gun before taking her purse. He was arrested shortly after that. He's sentenced to up to 15 years in prison for this little escapade that he had. This 21-year-old man was not the brightest bulb on the old Christmas tree.
He clearly was on something.
Yeah.
You don't do something like that.
Quite the crime spree,
unless
though.
there's something wrong.
I don't know. And he stole a plant that he thought was marijuana. He's like, I'll go home and smoke this. They're like, yeah, good luck with that. All right, kids, that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Heidi, who is Frank Ocean? Do you know who that is?
No.
He's listed in with the celebrity stuff.
Billy's son.
I don't know. I'm going to have to Google it, though, because he just bought himself a pair of $4,000 glitter tights for his birthday.
Oh, that's lovely.
What's wrong with that? I have some of those. I don't either. I wouldn't want any. But now I wonder who Frank Ocean is. I'm going to have to check. Bill Cosby's in the news. He had to take out a loan on his New York City townhouse to help pay all the legal bills that are mounting.
Oh, I can understand that.
I just said Bill Cosby and mounting. Never mind. We're going to just move on. James Heiderney, I don't know who that is. He's the editor of U.S. Weekly and Star Magazine and OK Magazine. He resigned. He said he could not handle the stress of editing those magazines anymore. It must be quite stressful. All of the, wild and crazy news is coming out these days. And finally, Ben Affleck is reportedly on the verge of buying an $18 million mansion in Hollywood. So, there you go.
That says $18 mansion.
I know. That's got to be a typo. I delete things quite often when I'm moving it over here. I scrunch it in to make it fit. I'm pretty sure I deleted the million. The story, you can read that from way over there?
He might want to wait until some of these allegations go away, because he's going to need a lawyer.
There's going to be some really good deals out there in those Hollywood Hills pretty soon, too. There's a lot of people, like Bill Cosby just had his was in New York, but he had to get, hock his apartment for that. I don't know. Anyway, big screen, little screen.
John and Heidi.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international.
Call 800-719-5601 or learn more at radiosavings.com. Now, your scoop of the day. Several British newspapers are reporting that Prince Harry is personally training Meghan Markle to be royal. Now, Prince Harry, isn't he the least royal of the royals?
Who's Meghan Markle?
Is that
his girlfriend?
Yeah, I believe that's his. I don't know. I don't keep up with all this stuff. I don't even keep up with the Kardashians. I certainly don't keep up with the royals. 10-year-old in Cleveland, a 10-year-old boy led police on a 1-hour police chase when he stole his sister's car.
Oh, boy.
The boy will not face charges. Cleveland police say there was no defense for his actions, but he's not being charged with anything. Shouldn't he be charged with something?
You would think, but...
And I believe, because it's like a week ago this happened, I believe this was the second time that he's taken a car and went on a joyride. If it's the same story, might be a different story. But anyway, yeah, no charges. But the police are saying there's no defense for his actions. California's legislature is exploring the possibility of breaking into 3 different states.
I read something about that.
No, I've got a map on the wall here. I could see some really good places to do that divide. Where the little elbow is there, I think that'd be a good place, wouldn't it? And then that's like Northern California, and that's like the wine country. So like up by where Nevada has the little, I don't know what you call it, not the elbow, but is that Lake Tahoe maybe? But if that would be a good little size state, and that's a regular size like other states have, and then Southern California is still pretty big. They could cut that in half.
It really wouldn't be a bad idea.
It would be 3 regular size states then,
because
their budget.
There are parts of that state that are doing very, very, very well.
And here's the thing: their budget is always so out of whack because it's such a ginormous state and so many people. And I think that it would probably make sense for
there are other states that are bigger that are doing just fine.
Well,
they just don't know what they're doing.
No, it's not that they're bigger and they're doing fine. They've got their own little issues going there. I think that would make a ton of sense. Again, it's not up to me because I don't know if you guys know this. I am not on the California legislature. I'm not. You just. Hey, why don't you go back to playing Candy Crush? Hey, listen to this story. I can't wait to hear Heidi's advice on this one. A Swedish company has invented a new tent for the office called a pause pod for workers to climb inside to escape their stress. They claim it blocks out 99% of potential light sources. I claim it also blocks 100%. My joke didn't work because I messed it up. I claim, let me do that their line first. They claim it blocks out 99% of potential light sources. I claim it blocks out 100% of potential raises. Would that have been funnier if I hadn't messed it up like 4 times?
No, okay. Actually, I think it was the messing it up that made it funny. So,
okay. What do you think of that? A pause pod? Do you want one of those?
I would fire anybody that I came into their office.
Is that the craziest
and they were
thing?
Sleeping in some freaking
like,
pod.
hey, what's going on? Nobody's answering the phone in here.
I'm too stressed.
I'm very stressed out, so I went in my pause pod.
No, well, you're not getting paid to sit in a pause.
You might want to just take a day off if you're going to do that. This is a Swedish company. Do they do that in Sweden?
No.
I had to think for a second where Swedish was.
Oh my gosh!
In Sweden,
are you having a stroke over there or something? What is going on with you today?
Land? I don't know. In Sweden, they don't. Do they just like curl up under their desk?
I don't know.
And that's why they're saying we need these things. I don't get it. And what is so stressful in Sweden? Isn't that where they have IKEA? Is that from Sweden? Is that somewhere else?
I think that's Norwegian stuff, isn't it?
Isn't that Swedish? They got Swedish fish there.
Norway?
Oh, yeah, it could be.
I'm not sure, honestly.
We are geographically challenged. I'm pretty sure that phone ringing right there is probably for us. Somebody saying, okay, you got a map on your wall, but you don't know nothing. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? We can help you if you qualify. Your student loans can be taken out of default. We can stop the wage garnishments, stop the collection calls, and stop the seizure of your tax refund. Call the Student Loan Helpline now.
Call 855-380-FAST or learn more at radiosavings.com.
This is a fee-based document preparation service to help you access free government programs. Call for complete details, not available in all states.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. For those of you who have children with a food allergy, you know this is a big deal, and it's a very scary deal as well. About 6 million kids in the United States have a food allergy, so that's like 2 kids in every classroom. So what does that mean for parents when they're trying to introduce their children to foods? It's kind of a scary concept, and we have
John and Heidi.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free discreet shipping.
Call 800-296-1289 or learn more at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Early ATMs were deemed failures because the only users were prostitutes and gamblers that did not want to deal with face-to-face time with tellers. So they said, oh, these ain't going to work.
I can see that.
They work now, and they're all over the place, and their technology is amazing. I've seen some that are awesome. Like I went to an ATM, and it was smart, like the smartest ATM I've ever seen.
I saw a thing that a lady posted that said, these banks need to do a better job of keeping their ATMs full of money. This is the third machine that I've gone to that said insufficient funds.
I'll bet it's their fault. All right, one more fun fact for you, and this may not be fun for some people. When the Westboro Baptist Church protesters protested a soldier's funeral in Oklahoma, their tires were slashed, and the people in town who owned tire stores would not repair them.
Good.
I think that's interesting.
I think that's
so. I don't understand that because I'm a Christian. In the Bible, I don't see in there where you're supposed to go protest things. It says love one another. So I never understood that whole thing. Anyway, we're going to move on. A couple of fun facts right there brought to you by radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Are
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help, and your insurance may offer coverage.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-438-0380. 800-438-0380.
Time now for a weird word of the day, and our weird word today is langus. Let me try that again. Languorous. 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 It's an adjective producing weakness of the body or mind, characterized by lack of interest or laziness. It says here, the sentence, the heat of the day and the distant music made them both languorous, and they were soon asleep. Languorous.
That's lovely.
Are you going to use that word?
No.
Do you use any of these words that we ever learn on here?
No.
I did use one. I can't remember what it was. Because it was such a languorous thing to do.
Butt smuggle.
No, that was not one of the words.
I have used that.
You have to stop saying that.
times.
No more using that word. Yeah, that languorous is not one I probably will stuff in my regular rotation of words. So I'm going to move on. Thanks. I don't know why I can't speak today. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
Boy. IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the tax doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guarantee. You may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe.
See if you qualify. 800-649-0142. Learn more at radiosavings.com. Now some weird news on a Monday. Julie Ann Upright, age 54, was arrested after she stole concrete pavers from a home in Florida and now plans to sue the owner because she hurt her back while stealing the concrete pavers.
And she'll probably freaking win.
Police say Upright, which I think is funny that she hurt her back. Her last name is Upright, and she was stealing pavers. That's just something about that. There's a joke in there somewhere. You think about that while I read the story.
No, that's all right.
Police say Upright was arrested after an officer found 42 cement decorative blocks worth $420 in her vehicle.
Wow.
The pavers were part of a landscaping job the homeowner was working on. Upright said, I thought they were trash because they were sitting out in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
Deputy said she then threatened to sue the owner because she hurt her back on the property while loading the blocks into her vehicle. She, by the way, was cited for theft. So it just says she plans to sue, doesn't say that she really has. So I have to see if we can follow that story and find out if she does sue. But interesting stuff. Bit of weird news right there, brought to you by radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. Hugo Mendoza did not understand why people were concerned about his costume. Here's what he wore to a Nebraska mall last week for Halloween. An all-black outfit with a scary mask, a duffel bag, and a very, very realistic gun. Yeah. He went into a mall, by the way. He went in with his 2 daughters and girlfriend, dressed in a costume inspired by a movie called The Town. People there thought he was going to start a shooting incident and freaked out.
He's lucky he didn't get shot.
Yeah. Several parents who left the mall posted photos that went viral. In his defense, Mendoza said, people dress up as nuns and rob banks and stadiums, end quote. However, many online call his costume insensitive in light of recent shootings. The spokesperson for the mall said security did not get involved on Friday night, but they believe Mendoza had already left at that point. No charges, by the way, have been filed. So if you want to read more and see the outfit, I think it was maybe a bad idea to do something like that.
It was definitely a bad idea.
You don't want to do that because what'd you think was going to happen? Of course, there are going to be people freaking out. All right, coming up, we've got more stuff to get to. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international.
Call 800-719-5601 or learn more at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
We've got some good news coming your way here in a moment, but first, it says 2 people were busted for having a little nookie on a Delta flight to Nashville. That's all the story says. Now, first thing, it doesn't say where they were coming from. From where to Nashville? It was a Delta flight. That could be from anywhere. And it doesn't say if they were doing this in their seat or if they were doing this in the bathroom.
I'm sure they were in the bathroom.
I don't know. It doesn't say. But is it illegal to join the Mile High Club? Is that illegal? Is it? Well, I don't know. People talk about it all the time. So it's illegal.
Yes.
Okay. I kind of thought it probably was, but can you imagine? I hope they knew each other. It wasn't just... You know what I mean? I hope they were like married or whatever, or at least dating, and they didn't just meet. Hey, aisle 5, seat C. You should meet me back in the lavatory. I don't know how that works. How would you even muster up the courage to ask somebody to do that? I've, by the way, could never do that. I've been in the restroom in airplanes, and I barely fit in there myself.
Room for one person.
Yeah, I'm in there myself, going, I cannot even imagine trying to do that in here. Anyway. Let's move on. You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got some good news on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
My beautiful bride over here likes to give me some good news to share on the program each day, and I appreciate the fact that you do that, by the way.
Well, thank you.
I love ending the show with good news because
I know you do.
It's always kind of a positive, uplifting way to end the program. And you've been really good about sharing some good news with me. So I'm going to scroll up here because you've shared so much. Look at all these stories, Heidi.
I know.
That's good stuff, man. We'll do this one. Waiter pays for elderly lady's groceries, but next day gets shocking surprise. Have you read this? Do you know what it is?
I do.
All right. So I just read you the headline. A gentleman who works as a waiter was shopping at a grocery store in Little Elm when he couldn't help but notice a woman who seemed to be extremely depressed. To cheer her up, he paid her grocery bill and told her she was beautiful.
Isn't that so sweet?
That is. The next day, the woman's daughter came looking for him at his place of work. Now, they make it sound like that's a bad thing. In 2016 is when this happened. Casey Simmons, a waiter at an Applebee's, saw a woman looking upset, offered to pay for the groceries at Kroger's. He explained that he likes to help everybody, including strangers. And he said, it's selfish, really, when people smile. I feel better, and it lightens my world, which is that's a really cool way to look at it.
Isn't that so cool?
He insisted on paying. It was only $17, and he said it's not about the money. It's about showing somebody that you care. The next day, he was busy at work, and he received an order for the cheapest thing on the menu. But what shocked him was the tip that was left, because the order was only 37 cents, but the tip was $500.37. Yeah. How cool is that? That was really neat. And there's a great story, and I always run out of time on these. So if you want to see the whole story and really feel good, she says, I have not seen this woman smile this much since my dad died. You made her year.
And it was
awesome.
The anniversary of her husband's death.
That's why she was so
sad.
Oh. Well, if you'd like to read the story, it's at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.